Hey my loves, today's makeup tutorial is going to teach you how to create this bronze goddess slash Arabian princess inspired makeup look. My skin has been frustratingly dry recently, so instead of using a primer, I'm going to prep it by using a moisturizer first. And next I'm going to stipple on some foundation onto my skin and apparently on my hair as well. And I'm just blending this in with a stippling brush. To really kill our under eye circles, I'm going to lightly cream highlight. I'm using a yellow tone concealer by Physicians Formula, and you guys have seen me contour and highlight so many times that I'm just going to fast forward through this. If you don't know how, I will link one of my tutorials down below, but for the most part, I think most of you guys know how to do it. Next, I'm taking a concealer by LA Girls Cosmetics in the shade Espresso, and I'm just cream contouring my skin lightly. I'm going to blend this all in with a foundation brush, just patting it in small little patting motions. When using cream-based products, it's especially important to set them with a powder, so I'm using the Sormé, I think it's their foundation powder, just whatever powder you have handy, just blend all over your skin with a big fluffy brush. Before I apply blush, bronzer, and any more highlight and contour, I'm going to give my foundation a chance to set or let the powder settle in. So I'm going to go ahead and skip onto my eyebrows and then eyes, and then I'll go back and finish off my face. I feel like everyone has kind of their own brow routine based on what looks best for them. Personally, I like to use a waxy based product first to set them and then comb them upwards to really get that shape, and then using any luminoscent creamy highlighting product. This is Eyebrow by Benefit. I'm gonna highlight the brow bone and the tops of my brows, and this is really gonna just enhance that arch. Using a gray tone powder and a small angled brush, I'm just lightly filling in my brows in small brush stroke motions. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Bronze, and I'm just applying this all over my lid as a base, and I'm going to be blending it out with my finger. Going back in with that highlighting pencil, I'm going to apply that onto the inner corners of my eyes. I'm using a bronzer with an orange undertone to it. This one is Sunny Bunny from Physicians Formula, and this is going to work as my transition color, so that's going to be the color that's in your crease and a little bit above the crease that all the other colors are just going to blend into. Next, you want to take any burnt reddish color. This one is from Palladio. It's the Tree on the shade Plums, and you're taking that on a fluffier brush and applying that all over the crease, fanning it out on that outer corner. Going back into that tree, I'm using this darker purple shade and applying this mainly on the outer corner of my crease, but bring in whatever is left over on the brush onto the rest of your crease, and I'm using a smaller, more defined brush to apply this with. Using the Maybelline Quad in the shade Coppers, I'm going to take that kind of burgundy shade and I'm applying this onto the outer corner of my eyelid as well as the inner corner. So we're just not taking this into the center of our eyelid. And I applied eye drops on the brush first before I applied it to help the eyeshadow go on a little bit more pigmented. Next, I'm using the NYX pigment in the shade Oro, and I'm going to be applying this onto the center of my eyelid with that same brush. And again, I dipped my brush in some eye drops before I applied it, and sorry, it went out of focus over there. Now I'm just taking any black pencil liner and smudging this out on the outer corner. Now you can use gel liner for this or liquid liner, but I'm just using what I had handy. And then after this, I'm going to be using a liquid eyeliner pen to just wing out that outer corner. Next, you want to take any matte black eyeshadow that you own, and on a small angled brush, you just want to press it onto the eyeliner to help set it in place and kind of intensify that dark black color a little bit more. My favorite part about this look is taking a black eyeliner again and just winging it out on the inner corner. So you're basically just elongating a line, going straight down, and using that small angled brush, I'm just kind of extending and smudging the line to be exactly how I want it. Now I'm prepping my eyes for falsies, so first I'm just curling them, applying a little bit of mascara, and I'm going to be using Red Cherry lashes in number 138. Now that the lashes are on, I'm just taking a liquid black eyeliner and applying that right on top of the glue to help blend in any of that white glue that you can still see. Normally I wouldn't put shimmer so high up on my brow bones, but because this is kind of a more dramatic goddess bronzy look, I'm taking that shimmery light color from that Maybelline Quad and applying that onto the top parts of my brow bone and the inner corner of my eyes. Before applying product on my lower lash line, I'm going to prep my under eye circles, so I'm applying a concealer a few shades lighter than my skin tone. This one is from Maybelline, basically on all the areas we applied that yellow concealer on earlier, and I'm just patting this in with my finger. And then to set everything in place, I'm using Eye Brightener by Benefit, which is just a yellow toned powder, and I'm just patting this on, again, all those areas I applied the concealer on. For my lower lash line, I'm going to go into that transition color again, which was that warm tone bronzer, and just apply this all over my lower lash line in a relatively thick line. Over that, I'm mixing those two middle shades from the Maybelline Coppers palette and applying that with a small or a flat, precise liner brush. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm just patting that all over my lower lash line. Now you can smoke out the lower lash line as much as you want. I'm just going to take that purplish shade, but if you want to use a black or something darker, you can do that as well. And I'm just sticking this mainly on the outer half of my lower lash line. And of course, you want to pack on that mascara on the bottom lashes. I'm just finishing off the eye with some liquid, or not liquid eyeliner, some pencil eyeliner on the inner corner, and again, going over that little wing we have on the inner corner, and that is the completed eye look. And please excuse my super emotionless face. I don't know why I look so grumpy over here. I'm going to finish off the skin by first applying a matte warm tone bronzer. This one is from City Colors and it's the shade Brown Sugar. And I'm applying it with a big fluffy brush kind of to work as a transition color and just warm up the skin. So applying this on our cheekbones, down our neck, jawline, and our forehead. To define our skin a little bit more, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Healthy Glow Bronzing Powder in the shade Matte Bronze, and with a fan brush, I'm just going to apply this where we applied that concealer to contour with earlier, which is on the hollows of our cheekbones, the temples of our face, and our jawline. And just because this is a bronzed goddess look, I'm going to apply one last bronzer. This one is from NARS. It's their Laguna bronzer, and I'm applying this with a more defined brush, really right above the hollows of my cheekbones and just a little bit onto the temples and jawline just to kind of tie everything together. And for blush, I'm using Candid Coral by e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm just applying this onto the apples of my cheeks and blending it upwards for a nice, healthy, warm pop of color. Going back in with that big fluffy brush, I'm just blending everything together. Now for a highlight, we're going to do two highlighters to make sure it's really strong and prominent. The first one is from Stila. I don't know the name of this eyeshadow, but it's just a super shimmery, peachy, frosty color. And then on top of that, I'm layering Luminance by e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm just patting this in with my finger on the highest parts of my cheekbones. So the skin is complete, and now we're going to move on to the lips. I'm starting off by using a lip liner a few shades darker than the natural color of my lips. This one is by Sourmé in the shade Natural. Over that, I'm applying a lipstick by Christian Dior in the shade Rose Soufflé. And just to really add to that bronze goddess effect, I'm taking this super bronze lipstick. Almost looks like a grandma shade, but when you put it on top of the other one, it looks fine. It's from Gorlian. I don't know how to pronounce it, in the shade number 128. No, wait, sorry, 127. Finish off the look by applying a little bit of highlighter on your Cupid's bow, and that is the completed look. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have fun recreating the look, and I stepped into some better lighting over here so you can see the makeup a little bit better. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you lovelies in my next video.